Let's continue our analysis of recent news in Northern Ireland. COVID-19, language teaching all but collapsed during pandemic. Teaching children modern languages at primary school has all but collapsed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Northern Ireland pupils also study languages on a compulsory basis for less time than any other country in Europe. I'm ashamed to be sharing this information. Those are two of the findings from the British Council's Language Trends 2021 report for Northern Ireland. It looks at how French, German, Irish and Spanish are taught and learned in primary and post-primary schools. Its findings are based on responses from more than 120 primary school principals and more than 1,500 Year 9 pupils. More than half of the heads, 109, of language departments in post-primary schools also contributed to the study. So yeah, this is a fairly substantial data set, adding somewhat unfortunate credibility to the results. Language learning in Northern Ireland is compulsory at Key Stage 3, ages 11 through 14, and this is the shortest time for compulsory language learning in any country in the continent of Europe, the report said. There is no guidance from government on how much time should be spent on language learning. It is at the discretion of individual school principals to decide how time is allocated across the curriculum. If you want to know exactly how not to operate a language learning system, or indeed any system, this is Exhibit A. The fact that many pupils spent extended periods out of school learning remotely during lockdowns had an impact on language learning. The majority of Year 9 pupils, for instance, found language learning harder online than their other subjects. There are so many words to learn and they are not going from the computer to my brain, one said. It is easier when in school and teachers are explaining to us, another commented. Surely this is the same for every subject. Shouldn't pupils, teachers and leaders be adapting to the worldwide situation? Fewer than half of Year 9 pupils, 44%, said they planned to continue studying a language at GCSE level. That's embarrassing. Almost half of teachers reported that fewer pupils in their school took a language to GCSE level than 3 years ago. In some schools, only 3 pupils on average took a language at A level. Trips cancelled. More than 4 in 10 post-primary heads of department also said that language teaching was severely disrupted when children were not being taught face-to-face. Foreign exchange trips and extracurricular language classes were also cancelled, which had an impact on pupils' language learning. Learning a second language is not compulsory in primary schools. What message does non-compulsory language learning send to pupils, parents and the community? Northern Ireland is the only part of the UK and Ireland where pupils at primary school do not have an entitlement to learn a language as part of the curriculum, the report said. However, in 2019, more than half of primaries said they were teaching some pupils a second language. That had fallen to just over 1 in 8, 15% in 2021. That's a significant change and in the wrong direction. Funding for a scheme to provide primary schools with specialist language teachers was scrapped by the Department of Education in 2015. Well, at least we can be clear about where the blame lies and who is responsible for this. The Language Trends research was carried out for the British Council by Dr. Ian Collin of Queen's University Belfast. The non-statutory position of languages on the primary curriculum has meant that instructed languages have all but disappeared from participating primary schools due to the COVID-19 pandemic, he concluded. What a damning conclusion. Now, to find out the rest of the story related to this, head over here.